What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing the Peely bone skin from Fortnite. Now the first thing we want to do is draw in that center seam of the body. So we start at the top right side of our page. We draw a curve coming out towards the left, come down. I'm going to bend this over towards the right, and as we get towards the bottom we'll bend this back towards the left. So it's like a long S shape. Let's go all the way back up to the top and draw on the right side of our character. Starting from this point, we're going to angle down and out towards the right. Now I just want to curve around. Curve down and then back out. Let's draw on the tip of our banana. Starting from this point, we're going to curve across and up. Now I'm going to step down and draw that same curve. We can draw that twice. Step down, do that again. Now it's going to fill that inside area in black. Let's peel open the side of the banana. Starting down here, I'm going to curve up and then out. And I just want to taper that back in behind the side of the body. Let's go back to this point. We're going to curve in and down. I'm going to round out the side of the body, so curving out. I'm going to pull this all the way down towards the bottom center seam, coming in. Now we're going to move up and draw a circle for the right eye. So we're going to start right at the top here. We're drawing that circle, coming around and back up towards the top. We're going to add a smaller circle on the top left side for a highlight. So starting up against the edge of the eye, we'll draw that circle. Let's add a smaller glare along the bottom. So starting up against the edge of the eye, we're going to draw a smaller circle. And then we're going to fill the inside area in black. Now before we add any more detail, let's move over to the left side and start with the eye. So we're going to line up the bottom edge of the eye. We're going to draw a curve from left to right, curve down, and then up. Now let's connect these 2 points with a half oval. We're going to go all the way up to the top, and then back down on the inside. Let's fill the eye in black. Now we're going to move up and draw on the top of the skull. So starting at the edge of the seam, we're going to curve across, pull that down beside the eye. And then we're going to bump out the cheek. Starting out here, we're going to curve out and then down. Now let's work our way in towards the top of the mouth. Curve down and in to right about here. Draw a short straight line coming down, and we'll curve down and across towards that seam. Let's add in the top row of teeth. Starting from the seam, we're going to curve up and then down. Do that one more time. Going up and then back down. Now let's draw on the lower jaw. From this line, we're going to step out, draw a short line coming down, and we're going to curve across, coming down and then across towards that seam. Let's draw on the outside of the jaw. We step out again, draw an angled line going down and out. Now we're going to curve down and then in behind that seam. Let's fill the inside of the mouth in black. Then we're going to add 2 teeth along the bottom. Starting from the seam, we're going to curve down and then up. And we'll do that one more time. Let's move back up and add some bones. We start at the edge of the seam, curve out, round this out, and then pull that back in. Let's tuck another one in underneath. Starting out here, we go a little bit wider this time, going out, and then back in, and then one more time. Starting on the outside, we'll curve out. I'm just going to pull this in on top of the skull. Now let's draw the inside of the bone. We're going to trace this curve along the inside, going all the way around. Same thing with the second, and then the third. And we just want to continue this curve in between the ribs. going across. Do the same thing down here. So this curve is going to go across and then in. And then we're going to draw the inside edge of the banana peel going in behind the bone. Starting from the top, we'll curve out and then down. And we just want to come down to right here, continue that curve, and go in between. Now let's move down underneath the skull and add the bones here. We start with the sternum first, leaving a gap underneath the chin, and curve out, and then in underneath the seam. Now let's draw on the first rib. Starting underneath the jaw, and curve out, round this out, and then pull that in towards the sternum. Now I just want to taper this back around, so it gets wider as you go around, and then back up in behind the skull. Let's tuck the upper arm in behind this rib. Starting on the side, we're going to curve around and then down. Go to the inside, we'll curve down and then out. Let's pinch this in, curving around and back out on both sides. Now I just want to connect these 2 points with a curve. Coming around and then back up. Let's add in a second rib. Starting underneath the arm, we curve down and then in. Let's try to round out the tip of the bone and then taper this back up. Going back up underneath the top rib. Let's do that again. Stepping down, out, down, and pull that up towards the sternum. Round out the rib. And we'll taper this back up underneath. And we'll do that one more time. Starting down here, go down, and then up. Round this out, and taper this back out and up. Let's draw on the lower torso. From the bottom rib, we're going to step down. Just going to follow that same curve going up. And it's going to flatten it off in towards the seam. And then from the outside, we're going to curve down and in toward that center point. Let's draw on the hip bone. Starting down here, we're going to taper this back up towards the top. Now let's add a seam. We're going to curve up and then across. Now we're going to fill this area with the intestines. So we start up here, we're going to curve around and then out, go back up, curve down, and then out toward the side. I'm just going to do an overlap. Stepping up, curve down and up. Let's do that again. Along the side, we're going to curve around and up, step down, curve up toward the side, and just draw one more curve along the bottom. Let's draw the back of the banana in behind the ribs. So we start at the very top, we curve down, in behind the first rib, go in between. Now we're going to come all the way down towards the lower torso. And then we move back out and finish off this arm. On the sides, round this out, the outside and the inside. We're going to pinch this in, and then flare it back out. And then we'll connect these 2 points with a curve for the wrist, all the way around. Now let's draw on the hand. Starting from the inside of the wrist, we'll curve in and out with a small half circle. At the end, we'll draw a bracket. Now let's add 3 fingers. At the bottom of the thumb, we'll curve down and then up. Step down, curve down and up the second finger. And then the third finger, we're going to go out and up underneath the wrist. Let's go to the right side and draw on this arm. So we're going to have him waving. So lining up the top of the arm, curve out and then down with a short line. Now we're going to do an overlap. Step down, go straight up towards the top of the wrist. Let's draw on the thumb. Curve out, round out the tip of the thumb, and then pull that down. Now we're going to draw another curve for the palm, curving in and then down. Let's draw on 3 fingers. From the base of the thumb, go straight up, round out the finger, and then come down. Do that 2 more times. Going up, and then down. Now the third finger, we're going to go up, come down the side, and I'm just going to pull that in towards the wrist. Now we're going to do an overlap along the wrist. Stepping out, curve out the arm, round out the elbow, and then pull that in behind the body. Now let's move down and draw on the legs. We start with the top of the leg first. Starting on the side of the hip, we're going to curve out and down. Go to the inside, we'll curve down and then out. Again, we're going to pinch these in. Just flare it out around the knee. Now I'm just going to curve around the knee and pull that in. Now we're going to add a diamond in the knee. So from the inside, we're going to go up towards the center point, and then back down. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Come down towards the center, and then back up. Now we're going to step out, curve out, and then down towards the ankle on both sides. We'll connect these 2 points with a curve, going around and back in. Now we want to split the lower leg, starting from the bottom of the diamond, curve out, and then down towards the center, go back to the top, and go in the opposite direction. Now we're going to draw on the foot, starting from the inside of the ankle, curve in, and then around. We're going to round out the bottom of the foot, coming down and then up towards the toe. Let's separate the first toe. We'll round this out, come down towards the bottom of the foot. We're going to add 2 more toes. Starting from the tip, curve out, round this out, and then pull that in. And do that one more time. And then from the top of the middle toe, curve up, and then in behind the ankle. Now let's draw on the right leg. From the center, we're going to step out, curve out, and then down towards the heel. Let's round out the bottom of the foot, curve down, and then up. Now we're going to round out the top of the foot. From the toe, we're going to curve up. I'm going to pull this down, aiming towards the heel. We're going to stop right about there. Now we're going to move back up and draw on the side of the leg. Starting up here, we're going to curve out, come down, and then pull that in on top of the foot. Now we want to draw that same diamond over on the right side. So out here against the side of the leg, we're going to go up with an angle, and then come down. Now we're going to come down toward the center point, and then back up. Let's thicken up the sole. From the heel, we'll step up, follow the same curve of the foot going over towards the toe. Now let's move up and draw on the mouth. We're going to line up with the top of the mouth on the right side, curve out, and then up. Now I'm just going to taper this back down, lined up with the bottom jaw on the left. And then we're going to finish off by adding some spots along the seam. Starting from the very top, we're just going to draw a wiggly line going all the way around and back out. Step down, draw another one. Just waving this line across, we'll add a small circle above the right eye. Now let's come down underneath the mouth, wave this line going back in and out. Step down, draw that one more time. I'm just going to add one spot in the center of the body. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the Peely bone skin from Fortnite. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.